Welcome to Volume 4, Barely in Bounds. I'm the Fish Jeff Aaron along with Sal Johnson from GolfObserver.com. Today's topics include John Daly, whose outrageous wild exploits are documented in a book by an ex-con. No, his ex-wife. No, the same thing. We'll talk about the Full-Monty, Colin Montgomerie, and hello, Steve Stricker, are you there? Sal Johnson, how are you today?
I'm doing good, Fish. A lot of good stories today.
Well, me and you have always been on the other side of the fence when it comes to John Daly. I can't stand his wild exploits. He's the greatest waste of golf talent. I wish I had his talent to win golf tournaments. Instead, he gambles, drinks, and throws his life away, and now he's most famous for wearing his zany, colorful outfits. Never been a fan, never will, but there's a lot going on in his world right now.
Well, of course, his ex-wife, I think it's the fourth wife, Sherry Daly, has come out with a new book, Teed Off, and, she has a lot of things that she's saying about John in this book.
If there's anyone whose life is a train wreck more than Charlie Sheen's, perhaps, it could be John Daly, and we have video proof of this book and perhaps the hot or not Sherry Daly. So let's roll the videotape.
My name is Sherry Daly. We're here today doing the book photo shoot for the cover of my book, Teed Off, My Life as a Player's Wife on the PGA Tour. When I told my mom, I was like, well, Mom, I'm bringing this golfer home and I want you to meet him. And I think we're going to get married. She was like, what? I was like, well, no, he's a golfer. She's like, does he play with Arnold Palmer? I thought I had my wild side out and I would marry a golfer and have like a nice family and be a preppy life with kids and, kind of like how the music plays on golf on Sunday afternoon. That's what I was looking for. The reality of it is, here I am, 10 years later. My 20s kind of got stolen from me and I'm a little mad about that. And I just have a few truths to say. I hate golf. If I were going to be married to a professional athlete, it would have been football or hockey, where there'd be action, but I didn't even plan on marrying any of them. This was an accident. Being married to a professional athlete, it's not what you think. There's a huge price to pay. The motto of my life is karma. I think karma is so serious. No matter what religion you are or who you decide to marry, what you decide to do, karma is a bitch. I just want people to know it wasn't just Tiger. And if they want John Daly, we for sure know they want Tiger. And I think it's just a life of hell that people don't understand. And yes, we get to go shopping. Yes, we get to buy whatever we want. And sometimes they're really nice. Sometimes they're really good parents or dads or husbands. But when they're bad, they're just so bad. And so it's not worth it.
Well, I have to admit, Sal, she's a very attractive woman. I think she's kind of hot, kind of skanky, kind of hot all at the same time. She's an ex-con herself, and I'm sure her book will sell well.
You know what? I think of her as a bimbo. She's somebody that's quite frankly looking for some fast cash, and she sees it with John Daly and bringing out some of these things that we already know. John Daly's gone through all this stuff in his book, Rip It. So there's really nothing. I've seen some parts of the book, and there's nothing that will turn your eye. We've seen this before, so it's just a play for some fast bucks.
Maybe they'll make it into a movie. We've seen the tell-all books before. Jose Canseco's wife, Sammy Hagar, has a book out ripping his Van Halen bandmates. Those books sell very well, and I'll be honest, I find them more interesting than someone talking about how great they are. So perhaps a train wreck of John Daly's life. The book, by the way, is entitled Teed Off, My Life as a Player's Wife on the PGA Tour, and it goes on sale April the 5th for those of you that want to run to the bookstore. All right, another overweight golfer who dresses poorly is in the news. Colin Montgomerie. I thought he disappeared, but the Full-Monty is back, trying to make a quick buck. Sal, what's going on with Colin Montgomerie?
Well, Colin Montgomerie, he was the Ryder Cup captain for the victorious European squad in Wales. And basically, it was a little rough go because we didn't know which way he would go with the team and if it would cause a lot of controversy. He's a controversial type of person. But he actually was okay. The team was really good. They were united. They were, 12 teammates together with their captain, not like it was with Nick Faldo. And afterwards, after the victory, he basically said, hey, I'm glad I did it, and that's it. I'm finished. Give somebody else a chance. But now he wants to do it again in 2014 when the Ryder Cup returns to Scotland.
Do you think it'll happen?
Well, frankly, there's a lot of really good golfers, that deserve to be captain. You have Sandy Lyle, which unfortunately his time may have come and gone because they like somebody in their late 40s, early 50s, and by then, Sandy Lyle will be 55. He should be the one. There's also Miguel Angel Jimenez, who, everybody loves him. He's the right age and everything. He should be the guy. There's also Paul McGinley. There's also Darren Clark. Now, Darren Clark would be really great at it, and that would be his time to do it, but he said so many bad things about the Glen Eagles course that he won't get it in the world. So, frankly, I think it's a money grab by Colin Montgomerie. There's two reasons why he wants to do it. First of all, he made close to £2 million in endorsements as the Ryder Cup captain. He wants to get that payday back. And second of all, his game is in tatters. He can't play golf dead anymore, and this gets him back into the limelight. So, it's
all right,
whatever.
Fair enough. He may or may not be a hero in his homeland. Here in America, he's known as a guy with a bad temper and unable to win on American soil, and maybe golf's greatest golfer who's never won a major, Colin Montgomerie. Steve Stricker has been one of the best golfers over the last couple of years. He's been steady. He's been unflappable. He's been in contention. This year, he's been nowhere. Where is Steve Stricker? What has happened to his game?
Well, Steve Stricker, it's hard to believe, but he's actually redoing his swing again. And this is the second time, 6 years ago, after he had a tremendous bad streak between 2003 and 2005. He redid his swing, completely redid it and everything. Now he's not happy. He says he's drawing the ball too much, so he's tinkering. He calls it just tinkering with his swing, but maybe that's one of the reasons why in 5 tournaments this year, he's only had he's had 2 top 10s in Hawaii at the Tournament of Champions, and he had a tie for 4th and a tie for 9th at the Sony, but he hasn't really played that well since. We haven't seen much of him at all, so he's tinkering. It's the same thing. Why these guys want to mess around with success is beyond me.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's Sal Johnson from GolfObserver.com. I'm the Fish Jeff Aaron from GameTimeNorthwest.com, and this has been Volume 4 of Barely in Bounds.